James here from the Gator Nation Football Podcast, bringing you another film breakdown. This one's of Florida's offense versus Tennessee's defense, and I have a special guest, Little Peyton. Yeah, wrong number. Yes, wrong skin color. Could be Little T. Martin or someone else. But this guy is 16-1 since I took him out of Knoxville after a Gators win in 2006. And he's been with me each and every year we've done breakdowns, whether it be on the podcast or on this channel, and he will continue to remain with us. If you like the content, subscribe to this channel, follow us on social media, consider dropping us a dono on Patreon where you can support our efforts to bring you this kind of content, and check out the podcast each and every Monday where we bring you in-depth analysis on the Florida Gators. Let's take a look and see how Florida's offense did against Tennessee on film in the Swamp on Saturday night.
First play of the game, Florida comes out in their favorite 11 personnel. 11 personnel is 3 receivers, 1, 2, 3, 1 tight end, and 1 running back. So if you want to look at personnel groupings, you can look and see how many tight ends are on the field, how many running backs are on the field, and that's where you essentially get it from. So if you had 2 tight ends, let's say you had 1 more here or 1 more here, then it would be 12 personnel, 1 running back and 2 tight ends. At any rate, Florida's been running a lot out of 11 personnel. This allows them to either run or pass without making substitutions at times, which puts defenses in a bind as to whether Florida is running or passing. 11 personnel is a very popular thing to run, both in college football and the NFL, and Dan Mullen's been having a lot of success doing it. On this particular Saturday, Tennessee came out with a game plan I really liked. Of course, I didn't do a Tennessee prep video, but I did spend a lot of time on the podcast, which I do every single week, going over the opponent we're going to play. I release YouTube videos for the opponent we're going to play only during the biggest games. I liked what I saw from Tennessee's defense on film, on both offense and defense, and I thought their game plan was solid. On defense, they just don't quite have the athletes yet to execute it all the way throughout. But in the first quarter, they show their hand and they're going to play man. They come right out on 1st and 10. And although you can't see it on your screen, way off the screen, you're going to have a single high safety. They're going to play man defense. They're going to lock up man across the board. They're also going to have a spy. What they're going to do here is they're going to have, in this case, a dropper, not a spy. They're going to have a dropper, a robber. There goes the robber on the back of your screen. Pressure here, a robber or a rat, depending on the terminology you want to use. And Emory had a lot of success in this facet here, which was running the football on passing plays. Take a look, here we go. This is not designed. Running the football on passing plays where it was not a design run. Now, if you play man defense, you are susceptible to a running quarterback because nobody is accounting for him. Of course, instead of playing a robber, they could have a spy. So instead of playing a robber, they could have him spy Emory Jones, and we'll see throughout this game they did that on a couple of occasions. But this, I thought, was maybe the key reason why Florida had success in this game offensively, is Emory really hurt Tennessee with his legs on these kind of plays when they played man defense. All the defenders have their backs turned to the field. They can't come and be help run defenders. There's a single high safety who's got to help with the pass side of things, and therefore it allowed Emory to run with lots of success. Again, something Emory does very well is running the football. He's really more of a running back playing quarterback than he is a quarterback running the football. Dan Mullen's great at crafting plays, of course, that he's used before and then putting a small wrinkle on them. Last week against Alabama, we saw a lot of chip and release plays from the tight end. There's Kamori Gamble, and now we're going to have Justin Shorter run just a little drag across the field or a dig across the field, and then a clear out route here from Copeland off the top of your screen on a corner route. And what this does is it gives Tennessee the same look, top of your screen. There it is. We're going to engage the block here from Gamble, just like we saw last time. Here comes the sweep from Whittemore. Here comes the fake outside to the running back. Let's hold these defenders, which you see here. Let's pull them out of the play. Let's roll Emory out and give him an easy high-low read. Easy high-low read. You're going to see the linebacker here. There's another one here right off your screen that you can't see, creating the window for Shorter. And then Gamble is actually open on this play, but Emory is not looking at him. So that tells me that Dan Mullen had said, we expect Tennessee to collapse down on Gamble and overplay the tight end. Tennessee actually didn't do that. In fact, they had pretty good coverage here. Gamble would have been the easier throw. Gamble's ready for it. Emory elects to take a harder throw, and he puts the ball on the money to Justin Shorter. We've said before on these film breakdowns that Emory Jones is a better thrower on the run than he is in the pocket. And there's another example of it here. This is a high-level throw. He's on the run. He's really not doing anything you'd want to do mechanics-wise as a quarterback, but this is where he's most comfortable. And you have to give a lot of credit to Dan Mullen for putting Emory Jones in a system right now that takes advantage of his skill sets and tries to minimize his weaknesses. That is what good coaching should do. And in that case, I think you're seeing Florida find ways to manage around Emory's limitations as a true passer and put him in situations where he can be successful doing the things he likes to do. That's a nice example of it there with a really nice completion to Justin Shorter. 0-0 still, first drive. This is where Emory struggles, is actually being a true passing quarterback. Of course, Dan Mullen on 1st and 10 likes to throw the ball aggressively on these downs. It tends to be a safe down, minimize the damage. If you don't like what you see, you can run. And Florida's got a nice play on here. In fact, they have a touchdown here to Zipper on a corner route. You can't see this, but he's wide open. This is the right throw. The ball should have gone here. I don't think Emory's checking that read at all. Florida using 2 tight ends on this play, which they did quite a bit in this game. Gamble and, of course, Zipper. And you're going to have Shorter at the bottom of your screen, really just running a sit route in the middle of the zone. He does have this throw to Shorter. There's your play fake. Tennessee's going to bring 5. Nice blocking from Florida's offensive line. This is a great pocket. Everything you want to see here as a quarterback. Step in, ball hits, and we're going to watch now. Now, if you've watched these videos long enough, you already know the timing is not right here. There it is. Here's your shotgun drop, a 3-step drop off the fake. 1, 2, 3, foot sets. Ball needs to be coming out now. Way too many hitches. The timing is already off on this. This is late. You don't even have to look at the receiver to know this throw is late. And of course it is. And the safety is going to make a play on this easily. Now you're not going to get an angle on this to be able to see what this play would have looked like. But Shorter is open. He does have a window for this throw. If he throws this ball when his back foot hits the ground, he has a completion to Shorter in this area. He waits far too long. By the time he throws this ball, Shorter is actually already coming backwards because he sees it's a bad throw, and the safety is then coming downhill. But if he wanted, he had a corner route right here over this defender for an easy touchdown, top of his screen. One more time, if you watch Emory's eyes here. He's going to go right to the right side first. We've seen Emory do this. Again, he's not actually making that read because if he was, he would know that this is what he wanted. He's really not. He wants to come back and throw this window route the whole time. And he's late with this throw, which winds up being batted down by Tennessee. Again, this is not a strength, obviously, of Emory's game. It's just not one of his strengths. Here's a replay. Not really a whole lot we're going to see from that other than Shorter should have been catching this ball running towards the end zone or sitting and stopping right here. Instead, he's actually stopped already, and then he's going back to his outside shoulder. So that's not a strength of Emory's. Dan Mullen does a nice job of trying to sprinkle some of these plays in. I think plays he feels confident in, plays he feels like he'll have a big enough window for Emory to throw into. When those windows are not there and that first read is not really wide open, things are tricky for Emory Jones. But thankfully for Emory, a lot of times players are wide open because, again, despite the fact that teams know, they come in every single week against Florida saying Emory Jones is not a passer. He has to beat us with his arm. Dan Mullen finds ways to get receivers wide open. It's really pretty impressive. Of course, here we see a pre-snap motion from Shorter. Tennessee playing man. Going to line up and play man again. And this is a good defensive call by Tennessee. This is the right defensive call by Tennessee. And really, Florida is going to counter with a little bit of traffic here from Gamble. A little bit of traffic, which is going to work because watch what happens here and here. This is the man responsible for Malik Davis. Of course, Dan Mullen knows that Tennessee at this point in time wants to play some man. There it is. And this is a really poor effort, by the way. Tennessee coaches are not going to be happy with this on film. He knows he's in man, and look, he actually drifts back off your screen. You can't see him. He fades back for no reason and leaves Malik Davis wide open. Now, thanks to this play design, this is going to wind up being a tough cover. But as soon as he sees Malik go out this way, he needs to be mirroring him, and he's not. And he gets stuck up in the wash here. Does not have a good pursuit angle. And this is easy. Again, that's really, really easy stuff. Nice 3rd and goal play from Dan Mullen. And the fact that Dan Mullen is able to get receivers wide open when teams know that Florida doesn't really want to pass the ball is a testament to his ability, of course, to call good plays at the right time against the right defenses and cause just enough confusion that one or two players on a college defense, especially teams that are not elite, might mess that up. And that's all it takes. So nice stuff there on Florida's first drive for a touchdown. We said on the podcast that Tennessee had a good run defense. They came into this game as a top 10 run defense. They hadn't really played anyone. But I thought they actually did quite well despite giving up a lot of rushing yards to Florida. Half of that was from Emory Jones on traditional running plays, aside from a few busted plays. They made things difficult for Florida by being in the right position and by committing to stopping the run. Florida, though, proved in this game really that they can run, I think, on just about anybody with a high level of success over the course of an entire game, even though, again, the running game was not always going in the same direction as you would have had it during the Alabama game where the running backs were just lining up and gashing them for what they wanted. Florida was able to hit chunk plays out of the run game. They were consistently able to run the ball throughout the course of this game, despite the fact they did get stopped several times for no gain. So I thought it was a good challenge for Florida to face against Tennessee in this game. And right here, take a look at Pierce, who I think is Florida's best running back. Florida has a lot of good running backs. Pierce breaks the most tackles. He consistently makes the most out of these run plays, especially these inside run plays. And we've talked a lot about Ethan White and his ability to move and place blocks. Take a look at this one right here. He's going to key on the middle linebacker. He's going to just put him down right here. Gone. Out of the play. Can't make a tackle when you're laying on your back. Pierce is going to go ahead and do the rest. And Florida picks up a nice big gain on 2nd and 6. So again, Florida staying in 3 wide out here. Tennessee has to respect this. Single high safety. Tennessee is still expecting run as much as they possibly can, right? However, all it takes for Florida, just some alignment. They're winning by formation right here. Florida's going to run this way. Tennessee has more bodies on this side of the field. That is going to allow, right here comes Delance on the outside. Quickly get out here. Even though he doesn't really get that block, he steers him correctly away from where we want to go with this. And we're going to cut back, and then we're going to have Ethan White take care of this. We also saw Braun play in this game. He played really well. Number 72, Braun instead of Stuart Reese, who potentially was injured or unable to play. But this is just nice work here. And we talked about this last film review. You'll see more of it here. We got the law firm over here with Guraj right here. Sorry, that's better. Guraj, Kingsley, and White. And they're just, there goes the cut block. Get out of the way there from Ethan White. Corralled by Kingsley, down on the ground. Pierce then does the rest. So Florida, again, very successful, especially behind the left side of that offensive line, where they run really well. And even on this play where they run to the right, you can really see that most of the action here is actually handled by the left side of the line, pulling across the formation, where the right side of the line really actually got denied. So great work by the left side of the line yet again. And again, Florida, very successful running the ball, even though I do think Tennessee was able to stop Florida on many occasions for no gain. We've shown Florida's ability to block really well with their wide receivers on several of these breakdowns, and this is not a play where it worked out very well. Florida's going to line up in trips at the top of your screen, and they're 3x3. This is a good time to run a screen, especially where we have this defender that's sagging off the ball. You like this look. This is a confirmed read, a nice play. Here we go. We're actually going to motion over and go 4-on-3, which is now what we want. So we have our 3 blockers, 1, 2, and 3. We're now 4v3. This is a win for Florida. The interior linebacker here is too far away to come make this play. If we can seal up our blocks, he's not going to get there in time. That strong side backer or sandbacker is not going to get there. Unfortunately, none of this matters if you see this. If you see Florida players towards the goal line and Tennessee players towards Pierce, that's just not going to work. So nice play by Tennessee to recognize right away this was the play. They're not falling for it, but also Florida's got to lock up these blocks. And if they do get those blocks, this play can actually become a big play. In fact, a huge play. So Florida misses here, but a good play call, bad execution. 3rd and 15 for Florida, another obvious passing situation. As I say, I feel like on every single film breakdown, I obviously don't know exactly what the play call is. I don't know what routes are live and what routes are dummy routes, and I can't be sure who the first read is. You have to use a lot of just speculation based upon what you see. On this play, it's possible that somebody runs a wrong route. Hard to figure out who should have run what, but regardless, we can look and see that the best route here would have been this corner route from Kamori Gamble, who is wide open. You're going to have this corner drop here and split the difference, but this is the place to go. Emery's going to wind up trying to go to the middle of your screen to Xavier Henderson. Nice, clean pocket, which we've seen. Again, this is great all year long. Perfect work here from Florida. DeLance is getting the corner turned on him just a little bit, but nice seal here. Great job here by the law firm. Braun chilling, doing his job in zone, making sure no one else is coming. Plenty of time. He actually throws the ball. Back foot hits, and he actually throws the ball here on time, but who he's throwing to is anyone's guess. It's almost an interception. In fact, if it's a better throw, it probably is an interception. But what makes this play pretty neat, Tennessee is employing this player right here, which looks to be a nickelback, could be an outside linebacker. Hard to know. I don't know Tennessee's personnel perfectly, but this is a nice play by them. He's actually going to just be the robber, and he's going to look at Emory Jones. He's going to mirror wherever his eyes go, which is going to lead him all the way back here, and he's going to be the one that you see diving for this ball. So that's going to be the robber. They're going to go send him to the middle of the field, trying to take away any middle breaking route. He just sees Emory Jones' eyes stay only on the right side of the field. He flows with his eyes, and there he is almost making an interception. So Tennessee had a good feel for Emory Jones wanting to pass the ball into the middle of the field. Now, obviously, Emory doesn't really want to make passes into drop 8 zones or drop 7 zones, but they know the Florida is trying to make these throws easy for Emory. He's not going to wind up making a lot of crazy boundary comeback routes, or he's not going to throw any deep out routes. So he's throwing a limited route tree. So they are trying to go to the most likely places Florida might be scheming up a play. And this is, again, a nice play from Tennessee. This is a good design. They almost hit pay dirt here. And from Emory, there's certainly no place to throw the ball on the right side, right here. He got to see this look, know that nothing is there based upon the routes he's running. And at this point in time, he should check this side of the field. Of course, he also had a lot of success running the ball out of the pocket. I'm not going to show you tons of those plays. I showed you the first one. He could also run here. You're trying to get yourself into better field goal range on 3rd and 15. This is not a throw that should be made, and obviously is nowhere near anyone. But again, I can't be sure if this is a situation where Rick Wells is supposed to wind up, sitting in this area and he runs through it. Who knows? I don't know. Certainly not a great play from Florida. 10-7 Florida in the second quarter. Florida had put a ton of speed option from a variety of different starting looks, weak side and strong side on film last week against Alabama. You better believe Tennessee spent a ton of time repping. And now up until this point in the game, Tennessee had played a lot of man defense. On this particular 3rd and 7, they're going to zone. So we're going to play man up top. They're going to zone down here. And this nickel defender, look at his eyes, is actually going to be the run pass defender. So he wants to make sure first that Florida's not going to run it. And if they are going to run it, he is going to come down and make the tackle. They're going to have their unblocked edge here, their unblocked linebacker off the edge, come in and put immediate pressure on Emory Jones in case it is a speed option. We're going to force this ball out of his hands, allow our nickel to come downhill, and then allow the rest of our defense to rally. It's exactly what's going to happen. 3rd and 7. Here comes our nickel. He's going to wall off the outside exactly like he should, force the action this way, which he does, and Tennessee makes the tackle. As the season goes on, Florida is going to have a more difficult time, of course, running, especially against the better teams in the SEC. Some of these formations they've shown before, but with every action, there is, of course, an opposite and equal reaction. And in football, you can use game theory to your advantage. If I know I line up in this formation and my opponent thinks I'm going to do this, then I can just do something different to be able to take advantage of what's happening down the field. And as we'll see on this film review, Dan did a nice job of doing that as the game went on. Florida now down 14-10. It's 3rd down. Because of how good Florida is at running this speed option, you're going to see what Tennessee has to do. So Tennessee, there is no receiver over here and there is no tight end, right? Here's Gamble. This is just Guraj. So no one is eligible to go out for a pass there, but Tennessee's going to employ their edge defender and their corner here. Why? If they don't, which Bama didn't sometimes, let's say he's sitting over here and he's sitting over here, speed option comes your way and you're in trouble. So they're going to elect to make sure they take that away, take away the Emory run as well. And because of that, Dan Mullen says, no problem. We're just going to roll Emory out of here. We're not going to block you because we don't need to. We're going to take you out of the play because you're not there and take you out of the play. And we're going to run a very simple play for our quarterback over here. Extra blocker here from our running back in case we get a blitz or a pressure. Whittemore here looking like he's going to run a screen. That's the most simple pass. Florida probably wants that. Tennessee's going to collapse down here with both players taking Whittemore, which shouldn't happen. And then right behind him, in comes Copeland with just a simple little dig route over the middle. Makes that catch for a first down on 3rd and 4. Emory Jones also on the run, does his best work. Ball comes out on time, right in his face mask, allowing him to run after the catch. Nice conversion on 3rd down. Still 14-10, another crucial 3rd down for Florida. We're going to send Naquan Wright in motion, really to help create the window that we want. You're going to get Wick Wells running a little in route here, and you're going to have a defender that's going to buzz here, buzz through the slant window and then head to the flat. So he's really just trying to take away this slant route by alignment. Just move through the slant window before you eventually come pick up the number 1 receiver running any kind of in route. He's going to have his eyes here on the number 2 receiver in case he goes vertical. Then you've got safety help over the top. In the virtue of coming down, he's going to come down and make a play on this. So Tennessee has the exact right defensive call on for this play. It's pretty much everything they want. The safety just needs to be a little bit more committed in getting to this. And Emory's going to help him because Emory's not going to make this throw right on time. He's just going to be a little late. First of all, excellent protection from Florida. That's what you want. This window is going to be here for Emory. He sees it. He knows it. This is the defender that can make a play. As soon as you see this defender looking this way, you know he's not going to be able to turn around. You have to put the ball into this window. This ball's going to come just a little bit late, which is going to allow the Tennessee defender to make the tackle. Florida is going to convert this first down, but it is just barely. And a nice catch from Rick Wells. So let's watch Emory Jones. It's a quick game drop here. His back foot's in the ground. And right now, the ball should be thrown. Instead, we're going to get a pat. Pat, again, the ball should take away the pat. That's going to help. He's going to pat the ball, which is going to waste time. Long delivery. Rick Wells is already in the throw window. He's in the window. He's in the window. He's in the window. Ball is not out yet. Now the ball's out. Now the defender is there to make a play. So timing is everything in a passing game. You have to get your timing right. Of course, Emory, although he's been in the program for a long time, not a ton of game experience. He's playing very, very well given these limitations. Dan Mullen's putting him in good situations. This is a good conversion, but our job on film is to look at what can be better. And so I'd like to see Emory Jones stop tapping the football at crucial times. Right here, patting that football is doing him no good. It's slowing him down, which that throw on 3rd and 5 against Georgia or in a huge game for Florida might not be complete. That could decide a game. The little things you can clean up as a quarterback you want to, especially when you're getting time like this. But as it stands for Florida, a nice catch from Wick Wells and a good conversion, and certainly good ball placement from Emory there for sure. So there was a lot of good things on that play, but several things still that can be improved on. It's 1st and 10 for Florida now. By now, you know Florida likes to take shots on first down, especially on the plus side of the field when we're driving into Tennessee territory. It's a safer time for Emory to take these shots. No pressure to have to convert. And this is a great play design by Florida. Absolutely great play design. You're going to get a 4 verticals look. They're shorter. There's Henderson, Naquan Wright, and Gamble. So we're running 4 verticals here against cover 3. If you get 4 verticals versus cover 3, you are winning. Here's your cover 3. Can't see your safety up top. Here are your 3 underneath defenders. This is what you want. As a quarterback, you're almost certainly going to hit one of the seam receivers. That's your job. You want to stare at the single high safety, see which way he's going, and go the other way. The better throw here is going to be shorter. We're going to wind up hitting Henderson. We're not going to cry about this. It's a nice gain. This is the best throw. If you're looking for a touchdown, you want to go here. Right now, Emory is looking at where he wants to throw. He's staring this down. Ideally, he should be IDing the safety. Seeing the safety has already slid this way. He knows it's cover 3. Ball's got to go here. However, this pass thrown a little late. Why is it a little late? Because look, here's your throw window. Bingo. He's ready for the ball right now. Ball could be coming out already. He's ready for it. He's catching it right here with some good velocity and a chance to make a safety miss. Instead, he's going to basically stop his route entirely, and it becomes like a long hitch route. A really long hitch route where he goes down to a knee, and catches the ball. And on your screen, you're going to see Justin Shorter here, completely wide open. There's the safety who was shading this way the whole time. And this is, again, great 4 verticals call from Dan Mullen. It gets the exact defense that you want. Half the battle in being an offensive coordinator is knowing what your defense is going to run or what they like to run in certain sets. So if I can counter with a 5-wide set where I run a bunch or I have a tight end or running back out there, what does Tennessee default to? Perhaps they default to a cover 3 because that's what they go to if they're uncomfortable. Well, now I can run a coverage beater where the defense cannot be right, and I can 2-on-1 their single high safety, which is what happens here in this cover 3. And we get the conversion, but again, the better throw is this one. This is a touchdown. This is a good game. Florida still driving, 1st and 5 now. Florida can do a lot. They can do a lot from this 11 personnel formation, and Kamori Gamble can do anything from here. He can run a route. He can block on the left side. He can motion across and block on the right side. He can do what he's going to do on this play, which is block in the middle like a lead fullback would do, while he watches the law firm here on the left side do their work and clean people out. And then we get Braun, who's playing for Reese, doing a nice job sealing this out for Naquan, to the point to where Braun with the seal, Guraj taking him out, double team here by Kingsley and White, and then Gamble's going to take out 1 and 2 defenders as we go through the hole, and then Naquan's got to beat just 1 man. Free safety, he's going to put 1 little juke right here, just 1 little juke, nothing crazy, and that's going to be enough to put him on the ground. There he goes. You can't tackle somebody from the ground. And into the end zone goes Naquan, and you love to see Florida's receivers, in this case Xavier Henderson, blocking a Tennessee corner all the way into the end zone. We seem to be seeing that each and every week, and it is fantastic. 3rd and 3, we saw Florida have some success going to the strong side of the formation with a rollout from Emory on a previous 3rd down. On this particular occasion, Florida elects to have both of their tight ends, there's Gamble and there's Zipper, on the weak side of the formation. Tennessee, as most teams are going to be doing against Florida now all season long, making sure they have enough defenders here, in this case 4, on the weak side in the event that Florida wants to do any kind of running play here. They want to make sure they have enough numbers to stop this. That leads them to play man on this side, safety off your screen, linebackers here. So 3rd and 3, Florida's going to elect to take a weak side play. Let's move Pearson to the flat. Let's pull their strong side linebacker out to chase him. And then here comes Florida's action. We're going to pull Braun across the formation, try to get him through the hole here. He's going to get stuck. There he is. He gets stuck. He's out of the play. He can now not block the unblocked man. And then you're going to get a nice move from the middle linebacker of Tennessee, who's going to evade Ethan White's block by recognizing where this play goes. Both of them are through. We beat on the outside here Gamble as well. We have 3 players to make the stop. Tennessee does a nice job on 3rd down and 3, winning this particular play. All right, so this is the beauty of football. It's now 4th and 2. So what does Florida do? Great, okay, we saw what you just did last time. So here we go again. There's Gamble and there's Zipper. So we're going to give you the same exact look for the most part. And down here, we're 2x2 with a single high safety. So how do you want to handle this situation? Now, this is exactly where Dan Mullen wants to be, 4th and 2. He's got his entire playbook available to him. He can run with Emory. He can hand the ball off. He can run an option play. He can run a shovel pass. He can chip and block with his tight ends. He can do anything that he wants, and he is going to make use of that with running a very, very simple play where it looks like Emory's going to run. There's the run. Let's try to get some commitments here from the linebackers. Well, fortunately for Florida, they're now running this play against the perfect Tennessee defensive call, which is a nickel blitz, which you just do not want to do in this situation versus this play. There's your nickel blitz. He's going to basically get taken out of the play, and now Florida has numbers at the bottom of their screen. We've got Shorter here. We've got Copeland at the bottom. Now we're going to send the same kind of flat action we saw with Whittemore. That's going to keep that corner in a bind. He's got his eyes down here. He knows he has a route over his head. He's being 2-on-1, which is everything Florida wants. And look at this nice, easy throw on 4th and 2. To get a throw this open on 4th and 2 is pretty fantastic. I think in the future, you're not going to see teams. Here's a piece of film work for you. If Florida lines up in this kind of formation, you are not going to see teams want to blitz their nickel for this exact reason. And in fact, I would say blitzing their nickel from this situation is generally not a good idea anyway. I dislike this as a fundamental play against Florida, watching all their plays on film. But thankfully for Florida, Tennessee decided to do it here. And Florida made him pay. Nice, easy play. We're going to go to the strong side, fake the run. Easy throw from Emory. This is scripting first down plays in high leverage situations from Dan Mullen. And unfortunately for Copeland, he gets the ball stripped from number 2, which is a really nice play. And it becomes a turnover from Florida. But a nice 4th down call. You saw the sequence from 3rd to 4th down. Dan Mullen using that to his advantage, seeing how throughout the game Tennessee wanted to defend him, but a crucial turnover here that kept this game close at 17-14 as we then eventually head into the second half. Start of the second half, Dan Mullen now knows that Tennessee wants to play a lot of man. It's 1st down, one of Dan Mullen's favorite vertical passing downs. Shorter here at the bottom of your screen. Tennessee defender is going to employ some questionable inside leverage in single high safety here. If you're going to play man with single high safety and you are inside the numbers, typically you want to play outside leverage so that you can funnel your receiver to your help on the inside. You don't want to get beat to the outside because there is too much space. Tennessee loading up to stop the run, as they did all game long, as teams are going to do each and every single game. Florida just needs to block this up well. Emory knows he's going there the whole time. We get the traditional ball pat. We get the lean back finish. We get the foot that doesn't really go anywhere from the back foot. There's really no drive here. Let's just call that the casual lean back throw. And this is a little short of Shorter. This ball, you'd like to see it out here where Shorter's running underneath it for a touchdown. We are going to get a completion, which of course is great. Look, you're happy with that. You want that completion. But since we're doing a film breakdown, you want this ball to be further where that's a touchdown and not just a completion. But Florida's going to have to keep doing things like this. They're going to have to prove they can beat man coverage, that they can take advantage of teams, unlike last year where teams were loading up to stop the pass. Kyle Trask was frequently facing 8-man droppers on every down, and now it's the opposite for Emory. He's rarely facing more than +1 help in the pass defense area. Everyone's loading up to stop the run, so being able to beat man coverage, especially on 1st down where there's not a lot of risk, is a nice way for Florida to tell Tennessee, hey, look, we're going to throw the ball vertically. You're going to have to worry about this, and that should give Florida more room to run. 1st and 10, another good passing down for Florida, and they're going to catch Tennessee in an all-out run stopping coverage. We're coming in here with all the linebackers. We're coming in with a nickel blitz from outside the hash to make sure you can't run any speed option or outside run nonsense. Not a great play call from Tennessee on 1st down, but Dan Mullen has a knack for getting you here. And now we're going to release Kamori Gamble right here past all of the oncoming Tennessee defenders. There it is. Tim Brewster has done a great job getting these tight ends to play clean football. As soon as he clears the oncoming linebackers, his head is around, meaning he's telling Emory, you can put this ball to me anywhere you want in this window. Emory should be getting this ball to him as quickly as possible. Get this ball out as fast as you can. Why? The sooner you get it to him, the more time he has to make a move on the one player that can stop him, which is the safety. You put this ball on him early and in stride, he's able to make a move. This could be a touchdown. Emory Jones is going to do his patented pat and then wait. And by the time he throws him this football, he now is running a hitch route. So a lot of the routes Florida runs that are not hitch routes become hitch routes because the ball there is late. Now Gamble's turned all the way around. There's no chance he can make a move on a safety despite being wide open. Does a nice job of knowing he's going to take a hit, so he's got the ball protected, and he goes down. But again, he snaps his head around. Let's look at where he snaps his head around here. He's ready for the ball. This ball's got to get out. Get it out. Put it on him. Put it on him. It's the exact look that you want. It's too late, and it's a nice gain, obviously. It's a 13, 14-yard gain here on 1st down, but that could potentially be a touchdown. So you want to take these really good play calls of Dan Mullen's, and you want to maximize them. So plenty of stuff on film to look for an improvement, but a great play call at the exact right time again from Coach Mullen. 2nd and 6. This play is called Kodak. It's something Dan Mullen's run before. And this is a nice example of understanding how a team is going to defend and how to set up a trick play. So we have Whittemore in the slot. And the first step is, all right, Whittemore, why don't you move out there to wide receiver and put Shorter in the slot? Okay, great. And because of that, you're going to see what happens. The defenders don't do anything. They just, no problem. Okay, I'll take Shorter now. You take Whittemore. Cool. But now we're going to put Whittemore in the stack set here. And now that we're in a stack, he's going to point back there and say, okay, yeah, you got him now. I want to fall back here. I'm going to play outside zone. I want you to come underneath here. And then perhaps we're going to east-west this or high-low it, whatever Tennessee wants to do. But one thing Dan Mullen knows from something that we talked about on film is that Tennessee typically against the stack set would actually come in here and jam the top of this stack. Well, with those good little motions that Dan Mullen just did, he's now going to allow Whittemore to come back here unharassed, Shorter being a blocker, and he's going to create a better opportunity for this play to work. Emory Jones throws it back. We have Gamble now coming over the top. Whittemore's going to catch this ball and rather immediately, look at this, catch, almost an immediate throw, no pat on the ball, just catch it, throw it, put it right in that little window for a touchdown to Gamble. A really nice play from Florida and Dan Mullen. If you played any flag football in your life, you're used to having these throwback receivers, and this is a great job. Catch the ball, doesn't even rotate it, doesn't spin it, just grabs it right where it is and gets it out. Timing is everything. Nice play from Florida. And a huge touchdown for Florida to go up 24-14 in a hotly contested game in the second half in the Swamp. We're going to roll Emory Jones out again. You're going to see Tennessee's defense has to stay honest on the weak side of the field. We're going to Shorter on a corner route. You're going to get Rick Wells on an out route. The right ball here is to go to Shorter. It is going to go to Rick Wells, and Rick Wells is going to make a fantastic catch. So here comes Emory. Right around the right side. Again, he throws his best on the run. He's looking at this, throws it right to Rick Wells, who makes a phenomenal grab right here. Now at this point, you can see the nickel. This is the corner. There's a safety off your screen. Shorter's behind this corner, open in the corner route window. If Emory were to have looked at Rick Wells and then thrown over to Shorter, he'd have another 15 yards on this play. As it stands, a great catch from Rick Wells, who's been a program guy, who's been a hardworking guy, who's been a very competent receiver for Florida. He does everything right in the right area at the right time, catching the ball like that. So nice game. Nice ball from Emory here on the run again, just cavalierly flicking it. That's what he likes to do, just a casual flick and a great catch. Could have been something better over the top, but a nice completion again on, what down is it? First down. If you're playing Florida, you better get your zone read defensive assignments correct. Strong side of the field is here. Florida's got everything going on up here, and they've got nothing going on the weak side, just a running back on that. So what does Florida do? Perfect, no problem. Got the exact look that we like here. There's your nickel making your read. I'm a run defender. If this ball gets handed off, I'm there. If not, I'm a pass defender. The single high safety is not really going to help anything going on over here. He's going to try to come help in the run game. And Florida's going to have a great call here. Zone read. Emory's going to read this unblocked man. There's the unblocked man. It's a linebacker. Reads him. He comes too far inside. I'm going to keep this ball. Emory's gotten better and better at these fakes, by the way. They're really tough to read. You'll see a lot of the players reading them incorrectly, which is what you want to see on film. Look at that. He still thinks Pierce has the ball. For Florida's offense to work, a large part of it is executing those fakes in the backfield really well, which they're doing. Now this frees zipper to come across the formation. We talked earlier about how dangerous Florida's are from this wing position. And he's going to just go right around the unblocked man so he can come here and block the only player that can stop Emory. Emory then shoots through the gap and creates a nice gain on first down. Really nice play from Coach Mullen. 3rd and 3, and here's a nice wrinkle from Florida to pick this up. Running. This is the down and distance they love, as we're going to keep saying it. 3rd and 3. This is where Florida wants to be all season long. You're going to get a motion here from Rick Wells and a fake handoff. There's your motion. There's your fake handoff. This is going to work well to pull the defenders just a little bit more to the outside. You get the law firm sealing up over here. Let's seal these blocks up. And this is got to be by Braun. Braun here is going to be the key. He's going to pull all the way around the formation. Pierce is going to come here. And Braun's actually going to have to block 2 guys. Here we go. Let's take the most inside defender. That way, by alignment, I can also take out the outside defender, which is what he does. Emery runs right behind him to the inside. Smart running by Emery, and a nice first down. Emery obviously is very competent running the football from the quarterback position. He has a good feel for it. He uses his blockers well. He has the right timing on it. He definitely excels in that area, even though he's not going to razzle-dazzle you in the open field. He's not the fastest guy. He is a very efficient runner of the football from the quarterback position. Again, that is his best skill set for sure, and Florida is using that wisely. 3rd and 1 from Florida, and I love this play call from Dan Mullen. We could just try to get the first down, then have 1st and goal. But when you've got a quarterback like Emery and this field gets small, why not try to steal a touchdown here with a wide open receiver? Tennessee had played cover 0 a couple times in this game. Cover 0, of course, there's no safety, right? No safety. We're going to play cover 0. We're probably going to play man, and we're probably going to bring pressure. But in this case, we really want to stop the run. We want to make sure everyone here is a run defender because we know Florida wants to run the football. And Dan Mullen says, great. I know you probably want to play man in this situation, so I'm going to bring Rick Wells post-snap just on this little route right here and see how you handle it. I'm going to give you a chance to screw this up. A post-snap behind the line of scrimmage route. There's a pitch fake to Pierce, and now we're all out of sorts. This was the man that was supposed to be guarding Rick Wells. He's already got his eyes on Pierce. There's the play fake. He's now out of the play. There's no chance he's catching Rick Wells. He also is going towards Pierce. He's probably Pierce's responsibility. Now there's one defender left here who can make this play happen, and he gets sucked inside with all the action of that fake, and there's no chance he's going to get Rick Wells. And then he's also going to find himself in the doghouse film-wise because he's going to dog it here to the end zone. Early, he gives up on it. No, there's no chance he could stop it, but coaches don't like seeing that. And again, a wide open pass from Emory Jones for a touchdown. I mean, you just can't beat this stuff. Let's not make him have to throw the ball in tight windows. We'll just get him rolling out to the right, which he likes, completing easy passes for scores with really, really good basic play design. I mean, look at this route. Doesn't get any easier than this. Just a simple way to score a touchdown from Florida, but it's a really hard play to stop if you're Tennessee. Even if you get everything right in man and you do what you're supposed to do, and he chases hard on this, he then comes out to Pierce, and then he's an extra additional defender, or he recognizes he's got to be the edge defender for this motion. It's tough for college players. You get a post-snap motion that causes them to use their pre-snap motion rules. It slows them down just enough, and it's an easy touchdown. 2nd and 9, and Tennessee is going to make a mistake. We've looked at this on the weak side of Florida's offensive formations several times now during this breakdown, all setting up for this moment. There's nobody here. Nobody's home. And if nobody's home, this is what happens. Just a simple zone read. We're going to get this defensive end who pulls in too far. He's now out of the play. And now Gamble is lonely. Hey there, lonely girl. No one's there. I'm just going to take off because I have no one to block. And I'll run 30 yards before I block anyone. And there you go, Emory. I'll give you an extra 10 or 15. Again, Emory runs the zone read very, very well. He runs the speed option very, very well. He's quick to make those decisions, has a good feel for it, and Dan Mullen sets him up to be in great situations. As soon as you make a mistake as a defense, numbers-wise or schematically, he will make you pay, and he does so right there. 3rd and 17, again, not a situation most quarterbacks are going to excel in. But Florida, because they have Emory, knows that Tennessee is probably pretty likely to at least keep their underneath defenders between the 10 and 12 yard mark so they can wind up spying in case Emory wants to run. And Florida's going to run some really nice routes here. Trent Whittemore is going to wind up sitting himself in this seam zone with like a little sit-down route here in the over the linebackers underneath the safety in the seam. You're going to get shorter, running a deep comeback route, and then you're going to have a nice route from Copeland where he goes to the sticks and then out. Copeland's wide open and Whittemore's wide open. Whittemore should be the first read as he's along this side here, and it's where Emery's looking. But Emery really just isn't interested in throwing these sort of passes, as here is what he's going to do. This is the play, right? One more time, let's look. Open up to the right, like I'm going to look here to the right. This is where I'm looking. This is all fake. And then I'm really going to reset here to the left, set my feet now, and he has everything he wants. Right now, Whittemore is wide open. It's exactly what he's looking at. He's wide open. Rather than throwing it, he's going to pat the ball on the side. I don't love it. Now, this is why I say that Emery is really a running back playing quarterback. Is a quarterback would love that throw. It's the kind of throw you're anticipating and you want to make. A running back playing quarterback wants to be able to throw the ball to somebody who is open, and he can throw it right to their numbers, right to their face mask. He can basically see them and throw it to them. He can basically throw hitch routes everywhere. That's the predominant route you want to throw. This is a window throw over the top of linebackers underneath a safety that's got to be thrown on time. We've seen him throw picks on that before. He's not comfortable with it, so he's just not going to throw it despite having an opportunity and despite having tons of time. I mean, look at this. Three-man rush has no chance of getting home, and now he really just wants to run despite turning his head and looking right now at a wide open Copeland. He's really just thinking, I'm running, makes that decision, and that's not going to work out well because here comes the spy who gets the stop on 3rd and 17. So wide open receivers there, Florida with a chance to really make Tennessee pay for playing the kind of zone they played. Instead, Tennessee wins this one by gambling with the fact that I don't think Emory Jones really wants to make those kind of throws. Let me keep some underneath defenders home so that we can make a stop. Tennessee again putting 10 defenders within 6 or 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 2. And Florida's going to make them pay. Florida running this double tight end set, this 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 running back, 12 personnel, frequently in this game. And what you know you have right now is you have 3-on-3. And you're going to take that every single day, especially when one of those is really your linebacker that predominantly is a defensive lineman. He's going to rush the passer. He's going to wind up doing some occasional work in the flats as a cover guy, but he's certainly not going to be covering a wheel route from a running back. And Florida guesses on this particular occasion correct. They get exactly what they want. We're going to run just 2 clear out routes here to make sure we have space for Malik Davis, who turns his head early. Good coaching. Emory now just needs to put this ball out there, as Emory will do. Look at Emory's footwork. He's backwards. He's like jumping. He's facing both feet are this way. Not good footwork. Not what you want to see there, but he does deliver this pass, which looks like a hitch route. Again, not thrown into space, not right here. You can see his numbers. He's going to turn all the way around to get it. But it is 3rd and 2, and you want a conversion, so better than that than airmailing it over his head. Just something we see on film with Emory a lot. Then Malik Davis makes the guy miss, and Florida converts the 1st down. 1st and 10 for Florida, 31-14. Tennessee needs to get a stop. And they say, we don't need a safety. We're playing cover 0 again because we have no fear of you, Florida. Dan says, all right, that's great. We need to throw the ball here. Also, it's 1st down, and I love throwing the ball on 1st down. So let's just run a simple, deep, huge dig here from Shorter. Just our biggest receiver. Make sure his body's there. It's a throw to a person's body. We're not going to want a post route. We're not going to try to double move. We're just going to put this ball somewhere over here where Shorter can catch it. Now, Emory's going to run a play fake. There is your fake play action. Shorter gets the inside release, which is going to allow him to square off what he wants. Now, Emory just does not get a nice turn here. You want to see him execute this play fake, turn the hips around. We want to see his number early on the back of his jersey so he can plant his foot back here. Drop, 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 plant your foot and throw. Instead, he's going to just keep backpedaling. Ball comes out way late and nowhere near the target. Again, Justin Shorter is very, very open on this play, but the timing's all jacked up because the footwork gets all jacked. Get your head around right now. Get your body lined up. Let me see the 5, the back of your jersey, the right foot planted. I know you have pressure coming. It's okay. You knew that was coming because you're getting a chip and release right there from Gamble, but you gotta set the feet. Again, you're gonna have a hard time playing quarterback if you are backpedaling and then throwing like that. So Florida takes a shot on 1st and 10. Tennessee dares them to do so. Tennessee wins that gamble. All right, 3rd and 6, pre-snap. Let's play quarterback now, pre-snap, and see what we have. Right now, at this point in time, you have 3 on 3. Check, you like that. Down here, you have 3 on 2. You don't like that. So we're not even going to go to this side of the field. You can just erase it. We don't need it. We're going to look up here. Now we get closer with the play clock, and we kind of find out, okay, maybe I have 4 on 3. Maybe I have 4 on 3. Now, I'm not going to show you what the routes are yet. Of course, Emery knows what they would have been. He's going to look over here to the left, which he knows he's not going there. That's 3 on 2. And now what you really want to do, is take the snap and look at the safety. This is the player that you know is the safety, and that's going to make you 3 on 3, and you want to create some space. So let's try to get the safety to get over here. Again, just looking down low like this as quickly as he does it is not going to do it. You play safety. His head immediately goes here. He doesn't care about what's happening there. You get a vertical route to occupy him. There's your occupying route. Emery's head comes around here, and now I'm not sure where I'm going to go. Late, I'm going to decide to go here. Now, this is a nice throw with someone in his face, meaning he's going to stand here and deliver this throw right through this defensive lineman. The ball placement is not going to be where you want it to be. You want this ball placement to be out here where his receiver can catch it because Xavier Henderson has already beaten his man. This ball is not going to be placed well. It's going to make a great catch by Xavier Henderson on a 1st down, but Emery does have to throw right here in the face of this defensive lineman. Of course, how could you avoid this if you're Emery? You're back here, you're processing quickly, you're still late, you're just too late to come to this route. Right now, you can see his feet on your screen. Right now, he should already be on this route. His eyes should have been on the safety right away. He sees the safety gets occupied with this route. He already knows that. As long as this defender's dropped back, which he has, he knows for sure right now, eyes go right here, drill this ball, put this ball in here right on time. Doesn't do it. He's late to get there. Now, instead of taking a slide step forward to come into this pocket and drive this throw, he stays right where he is, and he throws it right through the face mask there for a completion. Now, why am I okay with that in the case of Emory Jones? We are not going to turn Emory Jones into Kyle Trask or really any kind of super competent pocket passing quarterback. He's had enough years of development and practice to get to that point if he was that kind of guy. You're dealing with a running back playing quarterback, and you like to see throws like this on 3rd down and 6 in moments of the game that still matter where he does complete the pass. Again, you got to take what Emory is going to give you. Does that mean that Emory should be the starter and keep playing for the rest of the year? I don't think so. I think you got to play the ceiling guy, but at the same point in time, I think you have to give credit where credit is due, recognizing on film we can say, here's the best way to do something, here's where the improvement should be made, but meeting Emory where he is to say, hey, look, you know what? Getting a conversion there on 3rd down and 6 is important, and you're going to want those conversions however you can get them when Florida has to pass. 1st and goal on the very last play we will look at for this Florida versus Tennessee game. 12 personnel, again, 2 tight ends as Florida used so often in this game, and 1 running back. They had a lot of success with it, and they are going to run to the left. Handoff here to Malik Davis. Here comes Braun pulling. This play is so good that Florida could have scored either way. They could have scored outside or they could have scored inside. Now they're going to elect to go inside. We can see that Ethan White, yep, he's doing work. We can see Guraj here, who's about to go do some work. We can see Zipper and Gamble, they're also doing work. And Malik Davis goes 5 yards before he even gets touched. And then he runs in the end zone. It certainly has been great so far this season to see Florida have such success on the ground after not being able to do so for so long. It is without a doubt the strength of this football team. Florida rushed, of course, for a plethora of yards against Tennessee, even if, as I mentioned, they didn't always come easy. It was a good test for Florida. A lot of good things on film for them to work on this week. And that brings me to the end of this offensive breakdown. As always, if you liked the content, subscribe to this channel and drop me a line or write me some feedback. I'd be happy to hear what your thoughts are. Until next time, I'm James from the Gator Nation Football Podcast.